not going to be a problem. This is if you didn't tell me that would be a problem. 203.
202.
Oh, sorry.
253.
Thank you.
And then just confirm who it is, and then we'll have to who we notify.
Wrong match.
I'm going to warm him up.
Yeah, nothing new.
Hey, this is Shannon Vincent calling.
Huh?
Thank you.
You like that paddle?
Yeah.
You been playing much, Joe?
Actually, I've been playing some squash.
Oh, where do you play?
My neighbor built a squash court.
Oh,
Like,
Like as in the house where we dropped you off right next door?
yes, like literally in a barn right next door. So I've been playing. Actually, it's a good workout.
That's a great workout. That's awesome.
And DeRose is all into it now. We've been playing a little bit.
Too much running.
I'll tell you, you know what? It's pretty good for a short period.
Yeah. Fun game, but you run. I feel like when I get this old, I don't want to run that much anymore. I'll slow
Although
things down instead.
it's pretty enclosed.
Yeah.
You ready, fellas? Tag, you ready? All right. I'm still here.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
All right.
All right, ready?
Close. Something like it. It's a little bit Afrikaans. It sounds a little bit fun.
It's just a really cool
How do you mean it? Like to your
Like,
or?
just it's like cultural thing. It's like it's a funny word.
You can
So
use
like,
it
it's
in a
not
bunch of
really
different
like a bad way of saying it. It's
Like,
kind of
like
like
anything really?
Yeah.
you can use it in so many contexts that it's
Yeah,
hard to
depends how
explain.
you want to use it.
Most words in
Like,
South
like
Africa.
if somebody's messing with you or something with your
Yeah, puts
Yes.
it. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But like in a friendly way, not always. You can also mean it like soft, you know. But it's generally kind of. If I put it on a shirt, people think it's funny. It's not aggressive. You know?
One, two, three.
I can barely hear him. Can you hear me okay, Ian?
I can hear you absolutely fine.
Oh, there we go. Shocking. Shocking. Welcome to the APTA's fourth Grand Prix event of the season, the Boston Open, presented by the Weston Golf Club, Worcester Air, Narragansett Beer, Reflect Lighting, and APTA national sponsors Viking and Uline. We are live on the APTA network, presented by eNet Live. I'm Brad Easterbrook, alongside the man with all the answers, Mr. Mark Fischel, bringing you the men's round of 16 match between the number 5 seeds of Rob Bakker and Tyler Fraser against Johan de Randt and Stephen Mitchell. So Mark, why don't you tell us about the players?
Well, Brad, thank you very much. I have a lot of the answers, and most of them are wrong. But looking at the players in the court, we've got Johan de Randt from Wayland, Mass. Johan used to be the director of racket sports here, and he's playing with Steve Mitchell, also from Natick, Mass. Steve is a tremendously accomplished tennis player, and as we've seen him getting better as years gone on. And they'll be playing against Rob Bakker and Tyler Fraser, both from Cincinnati, Ohio. Tyler is the director of racket sports at Four Bridges Country Club. So let's take a look at the players on the court. So right now we have 3 of the players in the court, and that's Tyler Fraser in the lower left-hand corner of the screen with the black hat. And then he is hitting some serves to Johan de Randt, who's in the ad court, and his partner Steve Mitchell's the deuce court. And Rob Bakker is MIA, but is certain to return shortly. So Brad, let's talk about the teams. This is a rematch of a match earlier this year at the Westchester Country Club on the Pro Flight Paddle Tour. Let's talk about that.
No, absolutely. This is a great matchup between 2 teams with a lot of firepower. And in that tournament that you just mentioned, Fraser and Bakker pretty much rolled over Mitchell and de Randt, and I don't remember the scores.
It was 1-love.
Yeah. Now, in fairness, it was a reprieve match, a quarterfinal reprieve match, but that's quite a score.
Yeah, it was interesting because you and I had a conversation with Rob Bakker in Cincinnati 2 weeks ago when he was leaving the court, and we talked about Tyler Fraser understanding when to slow it down and when to speed it up, because they had just played that semifinal match against Araya Lepavere, and Tyler had really struggled with his slash overhead. And we asked Rob why he didn't try and slow Tyler down, and his answer was, well, we ran over de Randt Mitchell, and he doesn't want to listen to me at this point.
Right, so in that point where, so what you're basically saying is Fraser is sort of like his own best weapon and his own worst enemy at some point in time out there.
And aren't we all on the paddle court? I mean, that's the essence of the game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you have de Randt and Mitchell here, who are an unseeded team. They just haven't played that much together. I mean, de Randt's a 3-time national champion, and Mitchell's very good now. You know, he's a pretty finished product. This should be a great matchup.
Yeah, we saw Steve in Philadelphia when they lost to Araya Parsons in a real fun 2-setter. They played a couple of the Pro Flight paddle events. Mitchell's got all sorts of talent. I think he's very good at the net. I think he volleys well. And as with all new players, they really struggle with their overhead and their decision-making in the backcourt.
Yep. You know, he's got a great forehand. You know, backhand, he can sort of hit it, but it's not a real weapon. But he plays good position paddle. He's got a real weapon in that forehand. And he's very good out there. It should be a great match. How do you like this one?
It's a tough call. You know, it's always hard to bet against Johan de Randt. And you and I have talked numerous times about Johan and his innovations on the court. He's just a brilliant player to watch. He's come up with all sorts of different things in the game, and really has changed the game. I mean, I think that the new age of paddle that we talked about, you can almost go back to the 2010 finals in Philadelphia, where Johan and Jerry Albright beat Goodspeed and Manziger, and the day the game changed. And Johan, to me, is the father of the modern game.
Yep. And I like to think that this being Johan's former club, where he was the former director here, he's going to have some extra motivation here. I don't think we're going to see anything that's 6-1, 6-love for Bakker Fraser for sure.
Let's take a fast look at the draw to see how the teams got here. So de Randt, Mitchell, Bakker Fraser, relatively easy path. We should make motion of Christian Shivdasani, Long Island player who's getting better every day.
Yep.
Won the Long Island Mixed last weekend, 2 weekends ago.
A good showing here. Lost to Bakker and Fraser in the round before.
So players are hitting their warm-up serves. So Brad, the question I always ask is, who wants to play fast, who wants to play slow?
Well, in this case here, I think they all want to play fast. I think Fraser plays as fast as anyone that I've seen. He can slow it down. He's got great weapons, incredible quickness. He's got slash overheads, loves to blitz, move quickly around. Bakker plays sort of a mid-pace game, and Fraser works fast. You know, Randt can do a little both, but he certainly likes to play fast.
Bakker, Fraser, stay in their warm-up court. So guys, after the first set, we'll take a 2-minute broadcast timeout. I'll let you know. After 7 games, we will switch the balls. I'll alert you on the switch. Okay. Good afternoon, paddle fans. Welcome to the round of 16 in the Boston Open. To my left, warming up in the deuce court, is Rob Bakker, playing out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and his playing partner, Tyler Fraser, also hailing from Cincinnati, Ohio. To my right, playing in the ad court, Johan Randt, playing out of Wayland, Massachusetts, and his playing partner in the deuce court, Stephen Mitchell, playing out of Natick, Massachusetts. Have a great match, guys.
Okay, so Tyler Fraser to serve to Steve Mitchell.
Love.
Tyler Fraser's got one of the best serves on tour, especially to the ad court. But Johan Randt likes to drive that ball off the deck. It'll be an interesting matchup.
He moves so quick up the wire, Randt does.
Fraser's main offensive weapon is his backhand. Bakker's got a huge forehand, but that makes the middle of the court pretty safe.
Yeah, it's relatively safe in the middle. You got to watch out for Fraser's speed. He'll use that as a weapon too. He'll be quick into blitz.
Defending champions John Hughes and Mark Powers through the first set, 6-love against Estes and Stulak.
15.
3 missed lobs to start the match, Brad.
Yeah, that could be a set full of missed lobs.
For you, it's a tournament.
Wow.
Set and a half full now.
15.
Yeah, it's just a little feeling out. Footwork's got to get there.
I also think it's a little warmer this afternoon than it was this morning when these teams played.
It's gone up about 10 degrees.
Bakker, Fraser returning to their normal sides.
It's a great cut over there from Randt.
40-30.
A lot of firepower on the court, Brad.
Oh, there's, like you said, the middle's a little safe against Bakker and Fraser, but they move around so well. Not too many safe places. That's a great blitz.
Vintage Johan Randt.
Well, he's got such a short release on that return. He just comes over and hits it down. Not even hard, but he's on you while you're volleying the ball up. Stuffs the volley.
His movement is just incredible.
Advantage
Little
Fraser.
sun, little seam. Cause Mitchell to miss that ball.
Brad, we're seeing a lot of teams talking I know you're only supposed to take 20 seconds between points. What's your feeling on that?
Well, the rules are the rules, but it's important to manage the game the best you can. I think communication is really important in paddle. And how you're going to serve a guy like Johan Randt is a crucial part of your strategy.
And obviously that conversation they had, if it was about serving Johan, was not an effective one.
Yeah, he just crushed that return down the line early. I'd almost like to see him mix the paces up a little.
I think the days of serving and coming in a standard formation are gone. Everybody returns so well these days.
That's great.
Cut overhead from Durant.
Advantage, Durant Mitchell.
Yeah, Durant's seeing too many balls here. They're going to have to lob down the line. Mitchell's very good up there at the net, but he doesn't have a slash overhead or a cut.
Deuce. I didn't hear a call on this side, so we're going to play that in.
I called it out.
Oh, he called it out.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
100%.
The ball was in. I had the ball in.
So it was called out by Mitchell, little, but overruled by the umpire. So it's advantage for Fraser.
Boy, that was a tremendously difficult half volley Tyler Fraser just picked up, and he made it look easy.
He's got great skills. There's the lob down the line, and there's the Fraser looking for the blitz.
Shoot.
It's one of his signature moves, but a little late on the look there.
And you can see that Durant and Mitchell were looking for it also.
Oh.
Advantage Fraser.
Fraser definitely looking to stay back. Read the return from his opponents. If it's short enough, he's going to drive it back and then try to take the net. Otherwise, he's going to let it go to the screen, lob it, and play the point from the backcourt.
Tremendous play by Durant.
Yeah, tough for Bakker there. If you get too close to the net, he might flick it at your body. And if you're a little off, you give him the room to take it at your feet. Bakker should have lobbed that high and retreated.
You mean run fast for the back wire?
Yes.
Gosh, that's like our sixth missed lob in the first game.
A few too many. It's sort of interspersed with a bunch of good shots and a couple loose on both sides, to be honest.
Yep. To me, there's no reason ever to play Johan Durant conventional and come in behind your serve.
Deuce.
And that's the pressure that Durant puts on you. It's really hard to serve to when you know he's returning so well. He's missed one this lengthy first game.
And it's more than just the return. It's the return and the threat of the blitz, you know, and other parts of it. Great hands there by Bakker. Oh, great volley there by Bakker.
Fraser.
The down the line lob by Durant kind of opened up the whole court. Mitchell misses the forehand.
Yeah, Bakker shut it down pretty well though. He got over there quickly. That's a good shot. I like that ball a lot against Bakker. The long overhead cut into his body. I'd like to see more of that.
Great volley from Bakker. Dangerous position.
Advantage,
Transition back.
Fraser.
Oh, it's just a tremendous return of a pretty good serve.
Yeah, that's great shots.
Wow.
Deuce.
All right,
Tyler
who wants this
Fraser.
game here, Mark?
Yeah, Tyler Fraser hit a pretty good serve, then an okay lob. Johan puts the overhead away.
Great rip at the body there.
Advantage, Randt Mitchell.
I love the confidence from Mitchell. Missed his first 2-3 balls, missed some lobs, but now he's really swinging freely.
He's got
So
a very
important
good
early in the match to be swinging.
Great lob.
Interesting decision by Mitchell to lob that ball.
What do you think about that, Mark?
I'd like it a lot better if he hadn't lobbed the next one wide.
Yeah, I actually like it. It makes you a little unpredictable, and it works Bakker more. Ah, great ball. And Mitchell was screened a little. He didn't see it come beyond Randt there, and the ball softly died in the back screen.
Feeling like a fast first game to get things rolling, huh, Brad?
Oh! He unloaded there.
Ouch. That was an explosion.
Yeah, we always talk about it from the, the moment he's playing. The ball comes off his paddle so quick, that release.
That's the one he has to avoid.
Yeah, he hit the spin overhead and it goes to the back wire first. Comes out hot, easy drive.
Advantage, Randt Mitchell.
Especially since that's Fraser's happy spot with the two-handed backhand.
But there you see Bakker trying to track down a ball. He's a little out of his reach.
Now they're staying back against Randt. Really interesting to see all the different formations they're using just in the first game.
Heck, just dealing with the return. That time you saw Fraser serve volley actually, and Bakker stayed back. Different look. And there you saw a couple of balls where they got Bakker moving.
Randt Mitchell leads the first set,
One
game
Bakker
love.
moving a lot, he's bound to make a few more errors.
That was a 10-minute first game, Brad.
Now we see on our other court that the other players are going on another round of 16 match. And that one's going to be Bostrom and Anderson, our A seed, against the team of Sebastian Bredberg and John Lubau. We'll see if we can get you scores from all the other round of 16 matches that are going on.
And that's another rematch from the Long Island Invitational,
Yeah, they
which
played
was a 7-5 in the third win for Anderson and Bostrom.
It's an upset alert right there for sure.
Yeah.
Called wide.
Had the ball in.
Called in. From my angle, looked like it clipped the line for me too, but so overruled by the
Love
umpire.
15.
It's 2 overrules in a game and a point. So it's love 15 now.
And there you got to see that big Bakker forehand. He's got one of the best returns in the country from the deuce side.
Oh, that's such a good stab.
Which is such incredible anticipation he's got. He seems to know where you're going to hit the ball before you know. I think in order to win this match, Brad, Bakker Fraser have got to slow the pace down.
That's the overhead. I want to see that long, low one at Bakker. Right now they're making
15 all.
Bakker move. They're getting, that's a smart play there. Durant Mitchell.
Oh, what a volley.
Really good positioning.
Oh, great, another great overhead. But Durant
30,
Mitchell looked really
15.
good early, Brad. Haven't seen a lot of offense generated by Bakker Fraser from the backcourt.
You know, they're keeping them moving too much, and the positioning of Durant Mitchell's been excellent out there.
40, 15.
So they've been on whatever drives they've hit, they've been right there and stuffing the volleys back.
Game, Durant Mitchell. Durant
Bakker
Mitchell
Fraser are
leads the
going to
first
spend
set,
a lot of
2
time in the
games love.
backcourt. That's going to be trouble for them.
Yeah, they're going to have to slow it down a little. I think you're right. But they played a rough first set against Araya and Le Pavera just you know, a couple weeks ago in Midwesterns, and they figured it out. Took that to a good 3-setter. And this set's not over by any means.
15 love.
What do you want to serve? Yeah. Me? Yeah.
I feel like they'll find their way at the pace they need to play.
Such a pretty return from Durant.
Ball was good.
Wow,
Ball was
3
good.
overrulls. I think that's the most I've seen in this amount
15
of time.
all.
In 2+ games.
Yeah.
I think the shade and the sun are having an impact on line calling, Brad.
You know, I mean, they're all close. Too hard for us to see which way they are. But I like the umpire, though, the umpire Chris Stoddard being kind of decisive right away.
You can't be kind of decisive, Brad. That's not decisive. He's being decisive.
That's as decisive as I get, Mark. That's a great move from Mitchell, moving over, and then Bakker needs to fill in that center spot
15-30.
there, but he doesn't go into the right position. He just shoves it through the middle. Great shot there.
But great pace by Mitchell. Didn't try and overhit that ball, just found the opening.
But that's a failure of positioning there from Bakker Fraser.
Great cover from Bakker.
Oh, great shot from
30
Bakker.
all.
But he's hitting it right at Durant at the net. He's going to lose that more often than win it.
I agree. Found his chest.
Serve here? No. Here? Yeah. Me? No. Me? Yeah.
A lot of conversations.
There's another
30,
strategy
40.
there. They do the regular formation and a poach there by Fraser. They're doing every single formation they can think of just to keep him guessing.
Look how far over Fraser's playing. Oh, that's a beautiful little shot.
Oh! He had him on the line.
Deuce.
Ball goes a little higher. I'd like to see Mitchell stay a little lower. If he was down in more of a crouched position, that ball would have gone over him and I think out.
Yeah, I think clearly out.
Wow.
Advantage
fast.
Durant Mitchell.
You got 4 tremendous athletes on the court.
Me.
Rob Bakker, as we've mentioned
Ball is
on
out.
earlier telecasts, is a Hall of Famer in both
Deuce.
soccer and tennis.
here, no, here, yeah. Me.
Xavier University. Pretty
Right.
remarkable accomplishment.
Very impressive. Wow.
Good skills from Fraser, huh?
Ah. All spins off his
Advantage
paddle.
Randt Mitchell.
They've got to lob better. Because if they don't, Randt will just eat them alive.
This is definitely now how the match went the last time they played. Oh!
Deuce.
Durant's ability to volley while moving forward is simply unparalleled, isn't it, Brad?
Ah, he's great. You know, he's got those long arms, quick moves.
Yeah. Good ball. No, hit my hand.
That's a great call from Tyler
Advantage
Fraser.
Randt Mitchell.
He calls it on himself. The ball hit his hand, and ball can't hit anything but the paddle.
Third here, yeah. Me.
So that's a
Durant
point.
and Mitchell are putting tremendous pressure on him with return to serve.
Wow. Good action.
But the only thing keeping Bakker Fraser in the match right now are the missed lobs.
Well, there's so much going on out there. You know, a lot of quick play. Oh!
Advantage Randt Mitchell.
Well, that's the problem with playing Randt Mitchell is they really turn the tempo up on you. They're driving all the return of serves, putting you in jeopardy constantly.
Deuce.
Third here, yeah. Me.
I'd like to see Mitchell take one ball at Fraser, because Fraser's really taking some liberties with the middle of the court.
Like that. What I'd like to see Fraser do is dial into a little bit more of a safe overhead deep. You want Durant to play more balls. We talk about the Durant shot clock, that he will make a mistake if you make him play enough balls, or he'll make a bad choice maybe, drive at the wrong time. And when you play this fast, you're not giving him the chance to make those.
Game Randt Mitchell.
So the pace of play, as we talked about, is really benefiting Randt Mitchell.
Love.
Too much guessing at the net from Fraser. I mean, to me, if you're going to play that formation, let the ball through. Don't try and hit a volley while you're on the move. Let the ball through, lob it, and let's slow the pace down.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, both their service games were like 10 minutes back on Fraser. So it's not like they weren't winning any points. They were in them, but you're right. It's not a winning strategy per se. You know, it's moving too fast. You want Durant to get his shot clock engaged. You want him to start hitting it. He will give you some points, as great as he is.
Absolutely. The other part of Durant's game that's so remarkable is his ability to hit so many forehand volleys.
He's just roaming around up there. Oh!
First, Stoyasavljevic. First set 6-3, and then up 1 love. Second set against Gart and Nolan. Good to see those guys back in the court.
Yeah, they haven't been on that much. And those are the guys who beat him in nationals last year, Gart and Nolan. So that's a good start for them.
15 all.
Thomas Nolan had appendicitis earlier in the year. Just started playing in the last month.
Yeah, good to see him back out there. And his partner actually moved to Denver. So they can't get on the court together much, except in these scenarios.
That's Bakker's ball. Good decision, just failure to execute.
Yeah, but again, it's so fast.
not on the line, but called on the line.
Yeah.
Oh, what an overhead from Randt. Great dig.
See Bakker stuck on the side wire there. Oh!
No!
I think that was a good call by Mitchell to hit that ball.
That was definitely in. Oh!
Now Mitchell called that ball. It was clearly a ball either one of them could have played.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of miscommunications on both teams' parts. You know, the action's been so fast. It's a great shot. Combination from Fraser.
But I love the patience with which Mitchell's playing.
Well, I think Mitchell knows his role out there. It's not to just be patient and never hit the ball. It's to look for the spot forehand and attack with that. Other than that, be patient.
That's a hard lesson for a tennis player to figure out.
That's the lob. I love it.
No!
Nope.
But Mitchell let that first lob through when it really wasn't his ball, and then was in position to make the volley on the return shot.
Now we see their shirts there. You know what that means on the back of their shirt?
I do not.
They're both wearing the same shirt. I wouldn't even, not 100% sure how to even pronounce it. What's it?
That last backhand from Tyler Fraser is the ball he's got to put in his pocket and slow the pace down. So that's a good way to get your wrist broken, hit that high backhand lob overhead with Johan winding up.
He's going to work, Durant.
So where's the offense going to come from here from Bakker Fraser?
Right now, I'd like to see them just be able to play a 30, 40, 50, 60 ball point.
Lead the first set, 4 games. Love.
I actually wouldn't even be concerned about their offense at this point in time. You got to have longer points.
The 30, 40 good decision point we've talked about in the past?
You know, in a weird way, I'd put the offense away for a couple of points just to slow it all down for a minute.
Love 15.
And then bring it back out. We've seen these kind of starts a ton of times before from a lot of teams, Mark. You know, and that's just so good.
Ooh.
You know what I'm actually thinking
30.
now, Mark, is I'm thinking the down the line lob. Don't even go for it. Hit deep cross-court lobs, because Durant's coming over and taking every of Mitchell's overheads and just cutting them mercilessly.
Love 40.
Fraser looks a little bit lost right now. 2 faults. His usually reliable serve. Bakker misses the lob, and it's 5-love.
Durant Mitchell leads the first set.
They tried to slow it down there.
Love.
But if you're going to slow it down, you've got to lob better. At that point, they were just under constant pressure.
That's a lot of pressure. Right now, they're running Bakker all over. Both Bakker and Fraser just trying to dive around, seeing where they're volleying.
After 7 games.
All right.
The warm-up counts as 1 game,
Wojcik
so we will switch after this
Dutch,
game's completed.
And it is an expression of dismissal or rejection, like get lost or something like that. So
Of course, they're South African, so we'll have to find out if it's the same thing.
I don't know. That's what apparently we just got. That's pretty cool. We'll have to find out more about the...
Love.
That ball was struck with a lot of frustration by Rob Bakker. Hughes Powers looking to close out that match with SD Stulek, up 5-3 in the second.
They won the first 6 love.
15 all.
So the winner of that match will go on to play the winner of the Budish and Stojisavljevic against Garten Nolan match.
15-30.
Big return from Bakker there.
Oh, they're just swinging now.
Yeah, I really think that when you're down 5 love, the set is probably gone, but start building a strategy for the next set.
Couldn't agree with you, Mark. You make one of these games, you play them the right way, and you know, they're making some good shots and a couple of loose errors there from Mitchell. But you play it the right way, even if you get a game or two, get the tempo working your way, so you start the second set the way you want to. That's a couple of great rips, though.
Bakker, Fraser. Rob, we're going to switch balls now. It's 7-7.
All right, it's only 5-1. I think they're going to switch after the next game.
No, they're counting the warm-up as the game, Brad.
Ah, that's it.
Counts as one game.
Perfect.
I'm going to throw that over. You can throw it over.
That's why I said you're the man with all the answers, Mark.
And that was one of the rare times the answer was right.
I didn't say the man with all the right answers.
That's right, Brad. That's why you're so smart.
Set 5 games 1.
All right, Bakker serving to stay in. They get their first game of the match.
Little concern, Brad, that they didn't win the game by slowing the strategy down, slowing the play down.
Well,
The ball was out.
I'm with you, but they at least get another chance.
Love 15.
Let's get shot off the snowboard by Bakker.
Love 30.
Okay, so we're going to bring Jerry Viant in, who's got some score updates for her. We already got the Hughes Powers score, Jerry. What else do you have?
Anderson, Bostrom are up 3-love in the first against Bredberg and Lubau. And Boris Stojisavljevic are up 6-3 and 1-love against Gart and Nolan.
Okay, thanks, Jerry. This is triple set point.
It's just long.
Rare miss forehand for Durant.
Still really fast. And you can say Durant is just dealing out there. And Mitchell is just being solid, really good. And he's still hitting great forehands. Ah, such a good spot forehand.
And that's what I talked about earlier, because Fraser's been all over the middle of the net. Don't come in behind that ball, guys.
They wisely backed off.
Just playing way too fast, Brad.
Game, Durant Mitchell.
Okay, we'll be back in a moment after these messages right here on the
6 games,
APTA
1.
Network, presented by eNet Live.
Only 1 in 3 children is physically active every day.
But now, I'm calling the plays. I'm calling the plays.
I'm calling the plays.
Because every kid
Deserves to know what it feels like.
to do this. To do this. To do this. So they can be happy and healthy, go to college, be a coach.
Ask yourself, are you part of the solution
Because I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
Why? Because kids who play do better.
Welcome back to the APTA Grand Prix Series. We are in the round of 16 match between the number 5 seeds of Bakker and Fraser against Randt and Mitchell, and Randt and Mitchell just waxed them in the first set 6-1, Mark.
Yeah, Brad, it'd be interesting to see if Bakker Fraser slow play down. You and I talked a little bit in the break about at Cincinnati 2 weeks ago at the Midwesterns. Bakker Fraser lost the first set really fast to Raya Lepaver and then changed it up a little bit. But there, to me, it was a function of they were just missing shots. Here, it's a matter of style. And as we also talked about earlier, they've got to lob better and play a little more patiently, because the fast style just benefits Randt and Mitchell dramatically, as we saw.
Oh my God, Randt was just doing it all out there, and Mitchell was hitting great spot drives. And now you see a little style change right now. This looks like the right kind of point if they can stay in it, but there's
15
all. Error. I don't know if they can play slow. I haven't really seen it.
Well, we know Bakker could play slow, because when he played with Flip Goodspeed, they played not a slow style, but a slower style. Okay, so we have another definition, this one in Afrikaans, and it's get lost.
Yeah, get lost. So the
special Dutch and the Afrikaans, because the Dutch owned the Afrikaans for a while. So
there you go. I like it. You think maybe it's directed at Drew, but I'm not sure.
That would be tournament director Drew Sawyer, who's done such a wonderful job, including translating for us.
40-30.
Big point early in the second set, Brad.
They want to get started the right way. It's going to be a hit. That's a good low ball.
But Durant's just standing in the service box hitting all these overheads.
Yeah, they haven't hit, I don't think they've hit like 1 or 2 good lobs, really. They've been under pressure. There you go, a little height on it. Change some timing. There you go.
But again, still in the service box.
Yep.
Oh, that was way out.
Yep. But a longer point nonetheless, Mark. And then there's that.
Game, Randt Mitchell.
It's such a bad decision on a ball off the side wire. He's 3 feet behind the baseline. Took a huge cut at it and hit a wild backhand. And that's the discipline you have to have if you want to play at this level.
Well, they're struggling right now. So we just saw Hughes and Powers come off the court, so they probably, well, they obviously won their match.
Very definitive, Brad. I thought you were going to go with probably won.
Yeah. Now I'm going all in on this one, Mark.
Okay, Tyler Fraser to serve. They have yet to hold serve.
Love.
Good pace there. They've had no answer for serving to Randt yet.
There's that quick release you talk a lot about, Brad. See him kind of shift that grip around and just pull the trigger.
Wow.
That's dangerous play. Fraser came out on top of that exchange, but I don't think that's a winning strategy. Again, that's designed to make the play go faster, not slower.
That's a searching shot. I think they're searching for some things right now.
30, Love.
He doesn't have an answer, doesn't know how to hurt him. Smash it, see if you can get them to drawn into an error. They did get one, but off a attacking slash, not.
There's good play from Fraser in transition. Catches Durant moving forward.
Yeah, his two-handed backhand's really good. Lower than the net, backhand topspin drive
15.
On the move.
You saying that you like that shot, Brad?
No, I was just saying what it was. No, it was a pretty bad choice, I would have to say.
I would have to agree, especially given they're trying to slow the pace down.
Right now, I don't even see that as a committed strategy. What I see is they're just searching and hoping a little bit. You know, it is possible for Durant and Mitchell to lose their way a little, you know, drop their level, start making a few errors. But if you're counting on your opponents to do that, it's not a strategy, that's just hope.
You also have to do something to encourage that drop in level.
Maybe they could ask them nicely on the changeover, you know.
Johan
Would you
is a
mind
great
dropping
sportsman.
your level a little for us?
This is a really big point.
Oh, again. Tough.
If that ball goes over the net, it just gets volleyed. Just too deep in the court to try that.
Just need to get a little foothold here. Start this a big game, like you said. Nope.
And again, trying to beat Johan in transition. Maybe you're going to win a 1 or 2 points that way. But again, it's a losing strategy. Cindy Haber checking in on the live stream. No one transitions like Durant. Just closes the net off so quickly. All the lobs very short, Brad.
That's good position from Mitchell.
There's a good lob.
And they are keeping Fraser and Bakker just chasing in the backcourt. Chasing. That's a good lob right there. That was a good lob.
Ball was in.
Okay, ball called out, overruled. Game Durant Mitchell.
Ball was in.
That's 2-love, second set.
Durant Mitchell. Durant Mitchell lead the second
5
set,
overrules,
2 games to love.
Nice by Mitchell. Durant got caught in a decision
15.
there. He was going to hit it for a second, then he just bunted it over. Great put away by Fraser. That's good pace overhead.
Love 30.
All right.
Those were some good overhead, slowed the pace down.
Love
Bakker
40.
return you were talking about before, Mark. It's got a great return.
Second game in a row, they've inhaled Mitchell's serve.
Ball was out.
Okay, we have a correct out call, Brad. That's exciting.
That was exciting, but that's a great job from Bakker and Fraser.
Fraser.
A needed game.
Randt Mitchell lead the second set, 2 games, 1.
All right, so we'll talk about one of our sponsors, Uline, Mark. And Uline is the leading distributor of shipping, industrial, and packaging materials to businesses throughout North America. They ship over 2.5 million boxes every day, but they are so much more than a box company. More than 32,000 quality products are always in stock and ready to ship. Outstanding customer service means they're there when you need them, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Uline, the best selection, products, and people for an unforgettable customer experience.
15.
That's a great ball from Bakker there. They really need a hold here, Brad.
Yeah, they got to get their teeth in this. Things can still turn around and paddle at any time. Oh, that'll help.
Yeah, that was a gimme.
15.
Yeah, I think the sun caught him just out of the corner. You see the shadows, and he moved just into the sunlight. But it's pretty much a layup. All right, here we go. Now you get a few errors out of the Mitchell-Durant camp.
Chance for their first hold in 6 tries. And there it is. It's interesting, Brad, watching the women's finals today, you saw it. The ability to step up and make a couple of volleys and get over the hurdle. It's such a critical part of playing against a top team. Otherwise, they're just going to roll over you.
That's nice. A little momentum shift here. We saw this the last time Bakker and Fraser played. Started out, it was all too fast, all out of control. And then all of a sudden, they get a couple of cracks.
Well, that was a dangerous looking overhead.
Ah, not that one.
Yeah, I thought Fraser made a good decision on the last ball to lob it, and then he took a tougher ball and tried to drive it off the deck.
Oh, now you're getting a little
30.
I think Durant had that whole play lined up in advance.
Yeah, you saw the little fine angled, little
15, 40.
All right.
So do you think between sets they asked Durant Mitchell if they dropped their level a little bit?
If they asked nicely, perhaps.
30,
clearly Durant
40.
Mitchell's level has dropped significantly.
They started making a few errors. Oh, what a return. And a first-time lead for Bakker Fraser.
Bakker Fraser lead the second set, 3 games to 2.
You know, I would think though, with those shirts, if they asked them to drop their level of play nicely, they would just turn around, and apparently means get lost. So some more stories here. Boris and Stojsavljevic with a good 6-3, 6-1 win over Gart and Nolan. Congratulations to those guys, who will move on and play Hughes and Powers in the men's quarterfinal. So that's a very efficient win for them.
And Anderson Bostrom's 6-2 first set over Bredberg Lubau.
Go here.
Okay, Tyler to Fraser to serve with a lead for the first time in the match.
The errors keep creeping, the return errors.
15, love.
A lot of mistakes now from Durant Mitchell.
All the balls they were making in the first set.
Yep. Overhit.
30, love. 30-15.
Bakker Fraser need to take advantage of these errors now from Randt and Mitchell.
That's a gorgeous shot from Mitchell. Little one-hand flick.
30 all.
Big point here. Great hands from Bakker.
40-30.
That's a ball you'd expect Mitchell to make.
Yep, surprised by the miss there.
Paul Stulak, welcome to the chat box, commenting on the shadowy conditions. APTA umpire in the past and a terrific player. Some would say better than his brother Mike. Actually, I think the only one who said that is Paul.
Well, he's someone too. Just missed.
Deuce. Back to deuce.
It's exciting when we get a confirmed call by the umpire.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day up here at the Western Golf Club.
Especially beautiful inside the hut.
Oh! It's quick off the deck. They didn't
Advantage
expect him to
Mitchell.
drive it, and it just dribbled in between the two of them.
But a great example of stealing time from your opponents.
Oh, he catches Bakker again, which we saw him do in the first set.
Mitchell.
Now that was a shot with no intention of landing in the court.
Well, I don't think he didn't hit it out on purpose, but he was going at Bakker hard.
He was trying to hit him.
Yeah, he was trying to hit him.
Nothing wrong with that. Great play.
I think it's a great play, yep. Bakker returns
15.
the favor.
Mitchell held the first time he served. Actually, Mitchell has not held yet. They're just eating his serve up.
Yeah, he's definitely struggled with the service games. She does a good job moving around the ball, looking for that forehand. Taking it, right, good spot drives. They're trying to work him, but he's doing a good job. Smart. Oh, smart play there
30.
by Fraser, not taking the drive there. He overhit that. That was in.
Johan yells something loudly. I guess he was yelling yours.
No. I thought I heard an out call. Apparently not.
Great kick up from Randt.
Fraser is fearless, though. Love it. That's out.
It's a
That's
great combination from Mitchell.
15-30.
Really set that up beautifully. Randt Mitchell losing a lot of points on return to serve, with Mitchell serving. Smart move by Mitchell to stay back there.
Oh, that's so well done from Fraser.
That was off the net, too.
That's what I was just saying. He's pretty fearless. Oh, Bakker can't chase it down.
30-40.
Really big point right here. Bakker Fraser have to close this game out.
Is that it, Johan? Score is 30-40.
Shifting into the I formation. Great serve.
Oh.
Deuce.
You like that decision, Brad?
It's a little low. I'd like to see him take balls that are higher that he can more downward.
He's also very deep in the court.
Yep. See, that's too quick, and Johan
Advantage, Randt Mitchell.
So
you
that
don't
ball
want to
goes
give him
over.
back as much as you're getting him from Randt Mitchell now.
Right, that ball goes over the net. Durant makes the volley. Great lead from Durant. Big sequence there. Both those games were there for Bakker Fraser to win, and they come up short on both of them.
Leads the second set, 4-3.
All right, our other sponsor, Viking.
Ball switch, gentlemen.
And Viking Athletics is the premier brand and undisputed leader in platform tennis. Viking is platform tennis. The Viking Extra Duty platform ball has been the #1 selling ball in the industry for the last 20 years. It is the official ball of the APTA, of the APTA Nationals and President's Cup, and of the Grand Prix Tour. All right, Bakker. Now they're down. They were up 3-2. They had that bump, all those errors from Mitchell and Durant there. They started missing some returns. A couple of close games, and then I think a few bad choices, and they had a game there at 15-40, and Durant and Mitchell pull it out. Now they're back up 4-3.
Love 15.
An awesome loopy forehand there for Durant. But we should mention that the final Grand Prix of the season is in 2 weeks at the Short Hills Club. They have numerous other tournaments there. Encourage everybody to reach out to Tournament Director Dave Broderick and sign up.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit more about that later. It's a cool new format that they're unveiling there.
Love how Durant's hitting that forehand, different paces, moving it around.
Oh, great exchange at the net.
Double blitz.
Tough block.
Love
sometimes with Bakker,
30.
He blocks that ball. It would have been easier if he could have tracked it down off the screen, but I don't think he had confidence he could catch up to it. So it's a tough block to make.
And that's the pressure that Durant puts you under with his overhead. Well, Mitchell's game has come a long way from Philadelphia.
The thing I love that he does the best is he's not just out there lobbing the ball back. He's lobbing it and looking for his forehand. So you hit it, and he moves around it and strikes his forehand. So he's not passive back there by any means. Mostly makes good choices. Fraser again.
15,
So there Mitchell
30.
was holding the forehand, and switched to the lob grip at the last second.
Yep.
And that caused him to hit a weak lob and set up the Fraser slash.
Yeah, he mishit it. All right. It's a baby match point here.
40.
Oh, great play by Mitchell, digging that.
It was almost a serious collision. Fraser misses the lob instead of overhead.
Game, Durant Mitchell.
5-3.
Durant Mitchell lead the second set,
Durant
5-3.
Good success holding. It's now or never now from Bakker Fraser.
That's a great shot. Look at Durant, so brazen in his court position. Oh,
They kept testing him though.
15
That's like, you know.
love.
So you'd give him an A on that test, Brad?
I mean, yeah, he passed.
He passed. Wow, you're a tough grader,
Passed.
Brad. I'm not taking any tests with you, Brad.
I was just thinking more along the lines of I'm not sure why they gave him the test to begin with.
Oh, look at that ball move.
Kind of the outside of the line.
Great lob from Bakker, but
15
that is not a
all.
winning strategy again. We're 52 minutes in with Durant serving for the match.
That's a great volley from Mitchell. Oh, it's long, great leave.
It's his shot.
30-15.
That takes us to double match point.
40-15.
Gets the cut, tracks it, but can't come up with it.
Game.
There it is. Game,
Durant
set,
Mitchell.
notch.
Durant Mitchell
Durant
wins the
Mitchell.
second
Efficient
set.
victory
6
there.
games to
Nothing
3
like the last
in the
time
match.
these players met.
6-1, 6-3. Okay, Brad, we're going to switch over to our other round of 16 match. And on the near side, you see Sebastian Bredberg in the red cap and his partner John Lubau in the green shirt. On the far side of the court in the black hat, the regular black hat, not the proverbial black hat, Martin Bostrom and his partner Blake Anderson.
Martin Bostrom serving.
And for those of you who don't know, Bostrom and Bredberg played virtually every tournament together the last 5-6 years. Now, these teams played at Long Island with Bostrom and Anderson Bostrom winning 7-5 in the third. See the switch there to put Lubau and the deuce in the ad side with his forehand there.
Yeah, it's an interesting move. Puts the forehand in the middle, puts the sides as the danger zone, and the middle is the safe zone when you put Lubau over there.
Doesn't make you think that things are going well for them, does it, Brad?
You don't see him over there too often.
Although Steve DeRose moved Lubau to the backhand side for a season. The great paddle philosopher, Steve DeRose.
Oh, great call, but the
15-30.
nerves Bostrom. He hits it into the net. That's a move you're going to see from Bredberg, one of his signature moves. He loves to blitz. You said that's almost his biggest weapon on the court, his speed.
Absolutely.
You know, from Bredberg. It's his quickness, you know, the dink and the blitz. You're not too afraid of his drives off the deck. Screen drives, the blitz moves. And he's very solid, steady, and a good volleyer, Bredberg.
There's a great return from Lubau.
Followed by the blitz that added pressure.
That's how these guys have to play. That's the strength of their team. Future APTA board member Ann Waldron checking in.
So, rooting for Sebastian Bedford.
There's the switch in the backcourt, putting the forehands on the ends.
These are a lot of matches with Bostrom on the court. His offense, his cut overhead, he's got the most shots on the court. know, variety of overheads. He can cut finishing overheads. He can hit winning shots. He's got a great drive off the deck. But things come and go.
Yeah, the Bostrom physical skills are tremendous. The mental skills, not the equivalent. As you pointed out, they come and go, and he plays some great points and some not so great points. Great track down there from him.
It's something he's actually working on, and he's actually, I think, improved a ton on that. It's an interesting team. What do you think about the team of Bostrom and Anderson?
Haven't seen enough of Blake Anderson yet to know. I watched him play
Advantage Anderson Bostrom
last year in Philly, and didn't think he played a particularly good match.
Well, you thought he was too defensive,
Too
correct?
passive, yeah.
Yeah. He is a good defensive player. He has offense, but he puts it in his pocket sometimes. And he needs to look for it a little bit more. He can drive it off the forehand and the backhand. To me, I like the forehand better. There's the shots that Bostrom has. Nice.
Game Anderson Bostrom. They lead 4-2, second set.
Right. See those shadows in there, Mark.
Sebastian Bredberg hitting the ball at the umpire. Get a point penalty for that, Brad?
I don't know. Sebastian's such a nice guy, he probably gets away with it.
I think he's just pretending, Brad. Okay. John Lubau to serve. This is a must-hold situation for them. Bostrom switching in the backcourt.
They'll do that a few times. They like this a little bit better here. Cut overhead. Cut.
Oh, great pickup from Lubau.
His paddle down, waits, holds it, keeps his feet moving. Now there's action here, but it's a completely different feel than the last match we called. It's not scrambling, it's sort of controlled attack.
We also went from maybe the most aggressive player in the top 20 in Johan Durant to one of the more passive ones in Sebastian Bredberg.
You know, you could actually put Fraser right there as one of the most aggressive players in the top. You know, he just goes for it.
Fraser toes that line between most aggressive and most reckless at times.
Perhaps, yep.
Love 30.
This one's going down the drain fast.
Love 40.
He has such ability to hit a hard ball or a slow ball, Bostrom, that it's very hard to know what he's going to do. Just crushes that.
That was a terrible overhead from Lubau.
Bostrom, they lead 5-2, second
Those
set.
two games seemed like they lacked any kind of thought or plan.
They look lost to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw them try and switch in the backcourt. Yeah, Martin Bostrom is one of the most physically talented players in the country. But physical talent is about half the battle, Brad? Three-quarters?
He's got the skills to be a contender for a national championship physically, for sure. You know, the thing he'll have to put together is the whole complete game.
I mean, you compare him to someone like Drew Broderick, and maybe he's slightly more physically talented than Broderick, but from a mental perspective, it's a different league.
Well, Broderick's a different animal mentally, you know. So it's hard to use him as the comparison point, but yes, you're absolutely right.
Boy, it
40
looks
love.
like Redberg and Lubau have kind of checked out a little bit here.
Quick 3 points in a row, triple match point. He's going to hit it.
40-15.
Match point number 2.
Yep.
Jump.
40-30.
That's third match point.
A couple of really loose ones there. Oh, can he take that? And that's where you think you counted the match in your pocket before it's over. You got 3 just not well played points there by Bostrom and Anderson, who almost wanted Lubau and Redberg just handed to him because they handed him the first 3.
Advantage Anderson,
And
Boston.
handed him another one there.
Handed him another match point, right. So they may not be wrong, but they might want to bear down here and try to take this one.
Respect the fact that Bostrom had looked at his shortcomings and was willing to work on them. Think about what was wrong, where he could improve, and has been working on that mental focus.
I mean, he's had some great results, some tough top competition. You know, last year he won the mixed nationals.
The singles, the husband-wives.
The husband-wife. I mean, against top flight players, and he matched them all, you know, shot for shot. His ability to dictate and dominate the points with his ball striking and cut overheads with a difference in those things.
What?
Just doesn't look like Redberg and Lubau can hurt him.
Not really. And actually, even in the Long Island match they played that we referenced before, I would say they didn't hurt him that bad. Or they caught a little bit, a few errors here and there from Bostrom, Redberg. I mean, from Bostrom and Anderson.
So easy to say that, isn't it?
Yeah, because they played together so long.
Just rolls off your tongue.
Yeah, they went on to the final of that tournament, lost in the finals to Powers and Broderick, actually, I think. It was 11-2. Anderson having a grind for the final point here. Lubau, Redberg not giving it to him. They're going to keep making him try to put it away. They can take a risk to go for the shot, and they'll try to end it. He could have taken a real strike there, but instead he gets a three-quarter shot in.
This is what we talked about that we'd like to have seen from Bakker Fraser. Kind of slow the game down.
And we haven't seen that from them at all yet. And we also did see, in fairness, you know, a lot of Randt doing a heavy bit of pressure and action with his overheads. Right now you see Bostrom's he's not giving this point away either. He's going to outlast him on this one.
Yeah, in the prior match, Durant Mitchell got up 2-love the second set, played 3 bad games. But I didn't think it was anything that Bakker Fraser did. It was just poor play.
Durant and Mitchell missed like 7-8 returns. Bakker Fraser really did the same things. They just got a bunch more errors. I mean, they hit. Look, Bakker and Fraser always hit good shots, but it's a question of, you know, whether the style of play is going to work for you in the long run. They're grinding this one. these are the kind of points that in the past Bostrom would not do well in. He'd go for more, he'd make the error, just miss an overhead. And this is where he's learning to bear down at certain points in the match. And you see even John Lubau, who loves to drive balls, is not hitting it at this point. He's gonna grind it. So we got Kelly. You got the clock on this, Kelly, for our producer, Kelly, for how long this point is?
Kelly says it's been 2 minutes and 27 seconds.
This point. And how many balls is that? 110, 120 maybe?
122.
I can't tell if you're the man with the answers or you're just making it up, Mark.
Either way, Brad, they're answers. You'd think at some point Anderson Bostrom will catch a nick.
Yeah, but they're not even hitting for the nick.
No,
they're
they're
being
not.
so conservative. They haven't hit a ball at the crease one time. You know, so in order to hit the nick, you got to go for it. And there you go. And there you go. It's a high five from Lubau and Bredberg.
We're going to see another point like that, Brad?
I think we might. We certainly will at the end. I think it depends who wins this.
I'm surprised we're not seeing Anderson and Bostrom take more shots at the nick.
I think that's a good call. They're just dumping it right now. I would take a shot at the nick, bring your player up to the net.
Brad, why don't you elaborate on taking a shot at the nick and what we're talking about when we say that?
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. It's hitting a ball at the corner where the screens meet, and if you get a ball in there, it ricochets in an unpredictable way. It could go up the line, could go to the middle, and like that, and it leads to more opportunities oftentimes after that, and it can be a certain ball that would not be gotten off the screen. These shots that they're dumping down the middle, they're going to be gotten every single time. There's no pressure here. So they should take a few shots at the crease, but not seeing very many. We saw one in these last couple of hundred overheads. And this is exactly the pace that Lubau and Bredberg want. The more these points happen, they could creep back in this if they could sneak this game, because if we see 20 more points like this,
Advantage Anderson Bostrom.
No, Bredberg likes to play this way. Lubau doesn't. Lubau tends to play much faster.
Yep.
It's unusual to see him trying that. Match point number 5.
There's the nick, like you said, and it is out.
Game, set, match. Anderson Bostrom, 6-2, 6-2.
So game, set, and match. Anderson Bostrom, 6-2, 6-2. We're going to be back with our men's quarterfinal in the 4:15 range. We'll be posting it up. And we'll be back then after these messages right here on the APTA Network, presented by eNet Live.
I play to be a role model in my neighborhood.
I play to be part of the team.
I play to be stronger than my brothers.
I play to channel my energy in a positive way.
I play because the field is where I shine. I play to be a part of something bigger than myself.
I play to stay healthy. I play to feel powerful.
I play to win.